Hey everyone, another KDX video for you, and I am looking at a lot of Lego sets in this video. I'll be telling you which ones I want to invest in and which ones I will definitely be skipping. My fourth and final video on this August 1st to September 30th table. To get this table, I watched 97 other Lego investing and reselling videos on YouTube across 18 different channels, and there were 670 unique Lego sets mentioned in favor of investing and some of them against investing. Check out the 3 previous videos that I've posted recently covering this table that explains further how I got this data and how I'm aggregating it and using it and putting together my videos for you all. The first 3 videos on this table covered all the sets on the top half or so part of this table. So in this video, we're just going to cover the approximately 90 sets that all got one mention in the last 2 months. And some of them have enthusiasm scores of 3, which is a top mark. Some of them enthusiasm score of 2, and then a bunch down here that have enthusiasm score of 1. I'm not going to read out the mentions or e-scores through the rest of this video. Just follow along on the table as we go. And first set is 42127, the Batmobile Technic set. This set is an easy pass for me. Next up is 43187, Rapunzel's Tower. It is retiring at the end of this year. That's what the R in parentheses before the set number and name means. I'm skipping this set partly because of the pretty long shelf life. Some YouTube presenters swear by the Rapunzel sets. I haven't gotten into them, so I'm going to skip this one. Right now, all the sets in the table that don't start out with an R are sets that I'm just going to keep an eye on and see how the buzz goes. And at some time in the future, when we do have a 95% solid retirement date, then I'll start figuring out if I want to invest in any of them. With that said though, the modular buildings historically have performed very well. This one is a corner building. It might hurt a little bit, but it looks fantastic. Modulars are pretty much evergreens, so at some point, unless it has a crazy long shelf life, I imagine I'll be picking up a few. This is 10300, the Back to the Future time machine, and I do not like this set at all, primarily because the DeLorean is silver and it is not light bluish gray, and there is just not enough drum lacquer silver painted pieces in this set and way too many bluish gray pieces, and therefore I think it is ugly. So unless something crazy happens around the buzz or there's a crazy discount in the future before it retires, I am passing on that set. Another modular, the Jazz Club 10312, same comments as the Boutique Hotel. These modular buildings look fantastic. The Ideas A-frame cabin, I love this set. I love the outdoors and camping and all that kind of stuff, so this set draws me in immediately. It's set 21338, $180 for almost 2100 pieces. Not bad. And if the shelf life doesn't get too long, like the Ideas Treehouse that just won't die, then I think this one will be very popular in retirement. It's just a unique looking building, and the trees, although they're a little sparse compared to the original Ideas submission, they still look really good. So yes, this is one I'll definitely be watching. Another one I'll definitely be watching is this new Viking Village Idea set. It's only $130 for the 2100 pieces. It's going to pair well with the Viking ship and Midgard Serpent 3-in-1 creator set that is retiring at the end of this year. I think that set is going to increase in popularity in retirement because of this set, and hopefully this set also doesn't have a crazy long shelf life. Other than that, it's a fantastic set. 31058, Mighty Dinosaurs, a set that I'll be skipping. 31109, the creator 3-in-1 pirate ship. If you've watched my previous videos, you've heard me say that every year there's 1 or 2 creator 3-in-1s that end up doing quite well in retirement. Since this one's pirate themed, it could. Since the hull of the ship is brick built, I think that helps it. But for me, it's just not the most pleasing to look at for a pirate ship. Something is just off in the proportions and in the shaping, maybe a few too many studs on the side of the hull here. So I don't think this one is going to do anything exceptional in retirement, so I'm skipping it. 31120, the Medieval Castle. This one I think actually does have a chance in retirement. It's medieval, it's castle. Both of those have been popular sub-themes in the past. And also what I like about this set is that the B model and C model also looks pretty good. I think that's the B model right there. Nice tower with a trebuchet or slingshot weapon. And then here is the C model with what looks to me like a little market area. And I think that's a nice small little set. So I could see people wanting to get 3 or 4 of these, build all 3 models, and then maybe even use a 4th or 5th set to do some modifications and make a little medieval little town and castle layout. 40573, this Christmas tree. It's a pass for me, even though I think it's the largest Lego Christmas tree that they've made today, but I don't like how flat each of the branch sections are. It just doesn't look good to me. Star Wars Brickheads, the Tusken Raider. The face is almost perfect and the whole shaping is really good. I like this one a lot because a lot of Brickheads, when you look at it, you kind of have to squint your eyes to really see the character in the Brickhead's form, you know, the blocky kind of Funko Pop form. This one though, you look at it and you immediately know Tusken Raider. It was just on sale at lego.com for $8 instead of $10. And then just the other day, there was a honey coupon for another $1 or $2 off. So not bad. If it retires at the end of 25, it'll have a 2-year shelf life. And so it could do okay. We'll have to see how Star Wars Brickheads are doing then. 43217, the Up House from the Disney animated movie. This is a fantastic looking set. It's only $60. So I think a pretty good price point. It is small. It's totally open on the back, but the balloon clump attached to the top of the house is about half the size that it should be for a Lego set, in my opinion. And it's about a fourth or even less the size of what it is in the movie, but Lego should have figured out a way to double that up. It's too puny. Outside of that, the nice bright colors are really good and the minifigures are really good. When this first came out, there was a lot of buzz around it. Seems like it's dissipated a little bit. I don't think I was quite as excited as some people were about the set, but I am going to keep a close eye on it and look for a really good discount towards the end of its life. 71411, the Mighty Bowser, $270, very expensive, but one that I am definitely keeping an eye on. This is a super cool looking set. It is a dominant piece and really well designed and really well put together by Lego. Obviously, we need excellent discounts, but it's one I'm keeping an eye on. 75347, the TIE Bomber. For me, it's minifigures aren't special. I know Lego hasn't made too many TIE Bombers recently, and I know they make more X-Wings and Slave Ones and TIE Fighters, but I feel like this just kind of gets clumped in with those that are pretty much going to be available anytime. One that I'm probably skipping. 75352, the Emperor's Throne Room diorama. I talked about the dioramas a lot in my third video on this table, and I absolutely love them. $100, 807 pieces, only 3 minifigures. You got to get the dioramas on 30-40% off, but we have been able to do that from time to time. Outside of that, this looks fantastic, so I'll be watching this one closely. 75356, the Executor's Super Star Destroyer MIDI scale. This is cool, and I'm glad that Lego is bringing back the Star Wars MIDI scale sets, and I think this one could do well. The buzz was strong at the beginning. I think a lot of people are hoping that Lego makes 5 to 10 in this new Star Wars sub-theme, and that they are as popular and perform similarly as the helmet series. One thing to point out is that Lego has already announced or released that they will be making their second one in this new sub-theme, which is a MIDI scale Tantive 4. 75360, Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. This is an easy pass for me. The one from 5 years ago looks virtually the exact same. Nothing special about the minifigures. 75371, the very controversial $200 brick-built 1.5-foot tall Chewbacca. The face is just horrendous, but I will admit, the more that I look at it, the more I am able to get used to it and get past that. And when this first came out, in a few of my videos, I talked about how overall I actually really like this set. I just wish the face didn't taper in so much from the ears to the crown to make it look like a pinhead. It just needed to be a little bit more oval shaped instead of cone shaped. And then I know the eyes aren't great. That's something Lego continues to need to work on, but I would like to have one for my collection. And because so many people hate this set, there's a chance. We'll just see how long it's going to be on the shelves for. And then the last set that got an enthusiasm score of 3 with the one mention is this one, 76218, Sanctum Sanctorum. It's a Marvel themed modular building and I love it. It goes well with the Daily Bugle. It has a 4.7 on brick set, one to watch before it retires. Now into the first set that only has an E score of 2, starting out with 21190, the Minecraft Abandoned Village. I don't know anything about Minecraft when it comes to Lego investing, but here it is, and I'm going to move on to the next set. 31118, the Creator 3-in-1 Surfer Beach House. Colorful set, not going to do well in retirement. 40516, everyone is awesome. This one has been out for a pretty long time. It ebbs and flows in terms of popularity and people talking about it for investment. I like all the monochromatic minifigures in the set. I think those could be pretty popular sometime down the road, so it's a pretty cool looking set. 42135, the El Toro Loco Technic Monster Jam truck. Say that 5 times fast. The Monster Jam trucks are cool. I think they could turn a decent return on investment in retirement, but I'm just not getting into them. I have other areas that I want to focus on. 60350, the Lunar Research Base. This is the one that I don't have yet. I've seen it on sale for around $103 a couple times, and I'm trying to catch it at an even lower price. Some of these these city space sets actually do pretty well in retirement. I just want it for my own collection. I have all the others that are in this most recent city space wave. 75309, the Republic gunship. I've mentioned many times this is not my favorite set. $400 is very expensive. A year and just a few months shelf life, which is really good. And it's the first Republic gunship in the UCS series produced by Lego, so that certainly should help it do pretty well in retirement, but I just have trouble looking at this set. It's just ugly to me. 75317, the Brickhead's Mandalorian Child. It has been out on the shelves way too long, so that's a pass. 75320, Snowtrooper Battle Pack. Battle packs are hit or miss. I think this one is going to be more of a miss, so I am passing unless it is heavily discounted. 76208, the Goat Boat. This is a really cool looking set for $60. It's been on sale for as low as $42, I think. I think this one could be a little bit of a sleeper. If I found it in the mid 30s, then I would pick them up. 76401, Hogwarts Courtyard, Sirius's Rescue. This set is a disaster. It is an easy pass for me. 76907, Lotus Avija. Sorry if I said that wrong. I think this was another one that was originally scheduled to retire, then it fell off the list, and now it's back on the list. Sorry if I'm not remembering that correctly. Green is not a common color for Speed Champions, so I do like this set a lot. Again, I'm playing the field on all the Speed Champions that are retiring at the end of this year, but Lego made a huge mistake with that printing and having the side window look like it's two separate windows. Huge miss compared to the source material, and that is a shame, and that's one of those that really sticks out like a sore thumb. See how when the yellow line gets painted, everything below that is not windshield, but on the Lego version it still is, so that section is a mess, but the rest of the car is very good. 80033, a Monkey Kid mech, and this one is just okay for me. Some of the previous Monkey Kid mechs are actually doing pretty well, so this one has a chance. A lot of good minifigures, but the color on it is not as striking as the previous, and it's not as beefy and strong looking, but it still is pretty good. 80034, Neza's Fire Ring, also from Monkey Kid. This is an easy pass for me. The next bunch of sets all have an E-score of 2 and are not retiring then this year, so the theme on a lot of these is going to be, let's see how long it's going to be on the shelves for, and then we'll know if it's going to be a good one to invest in. That's true with this set, 10280, the Flower Bouquet. It already has 3 years on the shelves. Flowers are obviously very popular, but there could come a tipping point to where these botanical sets that are awesome end up not doing well in retirement because everybody already has them. I don't think that's going to happen, but it's one to watch. 10283, the Shuttle Discovery set at $200. This set is fantastic. It comes with a Hubble Space Telescope that can be folded up and put inside the cargo bay of the shuttle, and this set pairs well with the Saturn V rocket, the International Space Station, Apollo 11 lunar lander. I love all of these NASA sets. I expect this one to do well in retirement. 10315, the Tranquil Garden. This is a very new set. I think it's going to fly under the radar and do well in retirement because you can take out the different trees and move them around. There's like a little plug or key that they fit into, and you can rearrange this kind of like it's one of those sand and rock gardens that can sit on your work desk and be a calming presence to you. This is a really beautiful set, so I think it has a really good chance. 10318, the Concorde. This one just came out, and this set is amazing. I am definitely going to get one for myself, and I think it will do well. 10321, the Brick Built Corvette. You probably already know that I love all of the Brick Built sports cars and muscle cars, so I'm excited about this set. 10995, this Duplo Spider-Man's House. Don't overlook Duplo sets, some of them do well. 21058, the Grand Pyramid of Giza. I am passing on this set. It doesn't look fun to build other than the smaller details in the foliage. It doesn't look fun to have on your shelf and look at, and it's only half of the pyramid. 21323, the Grand Piano. It's a really good set, but it's $400. Unless it is hugely discounted, I am skipping it. 21329, the Fender Stratocaster. This set is super cool. It's expensive and it's been on sale a lot. Not a lot of buzz. If you can get it maybe around $80, then I think it would be worth it, and that's what I'm hoping to do. A lot of nice details with this set. You can do the red guitar or the black guitar and open up part of the amp and see all the details in there. I think there'll be a pretty good group that will want this on the secondary market. 21341, the Sanderson Sisters Cottage from Disney Hocus Pocus. What a great set. It reminds us all of the Medieval Blacksmith Ideas set that is retiring at the end of this year that we're excited about, and this is also an Ideas set, so another one I'm going to keep a close watch on. 21342, another Ideas set, this time the Insect Collection. Very new set. It's a unique looking Ideas set. They typically do well, so I'm excited about this one. 31138 Creator 3-in-1 Beach Camper Van. It is an easy pass for me. Same thing, easy pass for this set, even though it actually looks pretty good, but this is another 3-in-1, the Cozy House. Now we have 3 new Harry Potter 2-pack brickheads, and I think all of them look good. And if they all retire at the end of 2025 and have a 1.5-year shelf life, I think they could do pretty well. Brickheads and Harry Potter are a pretty good match sometimes. So this is Harry Potter and Cho Chang. We've got Draco and Cedric. These two are just only okay for me. And then we've got Shacklebolt and Tonks, and this one I like a lot. Another brickhead, but this time it is Disney, Eve, and Wall-E. And this one is only $15 because Wall-E is a little smaller, not as many pieces. It's been pretty popular. It is selling out of the Lego stores from time to time. I think this one does well in retirement because it's so unique and it's Disney. And remember, most of the brickheads, if not all of them, are Lego exclusive. Another couple of brickheads, these are the 2 that just came out from the Sonic theme. First off is 40627, Sonic the Hedgehog himself. And then the next one is Tails. Both of those look pretty good, and I am a maybe on them. Next up is 40650, the Land Rover Classic Defender, the very small $15 creator set. And this set is awesome. Low price point, so you're going to have to turn over a lot of them to make it worth your time, but return on investment should do very well because it is a $15 set that looks like it could fit in with the Speed Champions that are now $20 or $25, and Lego released before this one the very large brick-built Land Rover Classic Defender, and those two are going to pair nicely. And also people who don't want to spend all the money on the large one will want this one. This is a winner to me. 40657, the first of the new Dream sets that we're talking about in this video, and there are a few more that we're going to talk about before the end, and I like this theme a lot. Feel like they're going to be of good value in retirement, especially the first wave, but we just don't know yet because they are so new. They remind me a lot of the Elves theme, and if you go back and look at those, some of those Elves sets in the original couple of waves are doing really well. 42136, the John Deere Technic set, I'm passing on that. 42141, the F1 McLaren race car. I have it, I built it, I love it, I love racing. Probably not going to do great in retirement. 42158, the new Technic NASA Mars Perseverance rover. It is a cool set. I finally saw it built the other day at the Lego store for the first time. Bigger than you think, and it looks all mechanical and technic-y and all that stuff, and that's actually what you want to see in a Mars rover. It's a pretty good representation. I have a friend that I went to college with who built tiny micro motors for this vehicle that is currently rolling around on Mars as we speak, so that's kind of cool. I did want to point out that this ideas set of the Mars Curiosity rover is up from $30 to $400. Now, it did retire in 2014 and only had a 1-year shelf life, but it at least is one data point that we can look at. This city set, the Arctic Research Ship. I generally don't invest in city sets, but this one looks cool, especially with the killer whale mold. 71453, Izzy and Bunchu the Bunny from Dreams. Really bright colors, and I like the contrast. This one is okay for me though, but it is at the $20 price point, which is pretty good. And then this one from Dreams I like a lot. Pegasus Flying Horse. Really nice color contrast with the pink on the black, and lots of good minifigures. 71459, Stable of Dream Creatures. This is my favorite Dream set so far. The color palette, the contrast, all the foliage, exceptionally well done. Absolutely draws my eyes in. This horse deer looking creature is pretty good. And the cool thing about these Dream sets is depending upon which story you go with, i.e. which set of directions you follow, once you kind of hit the midpoint and decide which build to end up constructing for the set, you can get some very different looks. So here's the back of the main build that was suggested on the front of the box. A lot of good interior detail and colors again. And then here's what we'll call the secondary build, but it is just as robust as the main build. And you get a new horse flying deer type creature that also looks fantastic, and a little different design for the structure, but a lot of nice foliage and detail on the interior again. Of the Dreams, this is one that I want to keep a close eye on. 75337, the ATTE Walker, had a ton of buzz at the beginning because of the Commander Cody minifigure, but now there's not much buzz at all. It's a very cool vehicle in movies and shows, but for building it in Lego and putting it on your shelf, it's really mechanical, very gappy, and it just looks like a gray blob. So for a Lego set, it's not my favorite. We compare this Star Wars ship to, say, this Coruscant gunship, which looks really good, a lot of nice character, or Mandalorian's N1 starfighter that looks good, the Inquisitor transport scythe. So there's a lot of personality personality with these different kind of vehicles. The Republic Viter tank, and then you come back to the ATTE Walker, and again, it's just a great blob. The last of the dioramas that are currently available, the Endor Speeder Chase diorama, super good set. This looks awesome. I love how they hacked off the top of the trees. At first that didn't work for me, but now I get it, and I think it's a really good look to frame the scene, but have it focus on the actual chase and the ground cover and not up where the tree branches are. All 5 dioramas that are currently available got mentioned somewhere on this table. A few of them were in previous videos, but if we look at Star Wars dioramas on Brickset, here's the throne room that we looked at earlier, but we can see that Lego's already working on the next 2. Pod Race diorama, which I'm very much looking forward to, and then this Tantive 4 boarding diorama, a critical scene, so I hope they do that well. It could be kind of boring, but I hope they do that one well. 75364, the E-Wing versus Shin Starfighter. This set just doesn't do it for me. It's kind of flat. The minifigures are okay. Morgan Elsbeth is pretty good, but other than that, nothing too exciting for me in this set. The last 2 of the Star Wars mechs, 75368 is the Darth Vader mech. I don't like this one at all. Darth Vader is too awesome of a character to even consider having a mech. I mean, it's like Darth Vader took all of his powers and then downgraded him into this flimsy mech looking thing. But the Stormtrooper mech, 75370, kind of does make sense. I know they're not conical, but Stormtroopers are a dime a dozen and not full of great powers like Darth Vader, so I could see Stormtroopers saying, hey, we're gonna make a cavalry unit in these large mechs to try to increase their strength. So that one does work for me. 76391, the Hogwarts Icons Collector's Edition. It's a great looking set, but it's $300. So many key elements from throughout the entire Harry Potter story. Wands, books, Hedwig, potions, Quidditch, golden minifigures, the frog. I think that's a chocolate frog. Harry's glasses. I want to see this one do well, but I'm not sure if there's enough of an audience for it at this price point. 76908, the Lamborghini Countach, not retiring at the end of this year, so we'll have over a 2-year shelf life. Even though it's white, I think it looks good. Nice classic Lamborghini. I will be looking closely when it is likely to retire at the end of next year. Same thing with this one, 76916, the Porsche 963. Awesome looking Speed Champions car. I keep an eye on all the Speed Champions. And now 3 of the new Indiana Jones sets, 77012, the Fighter Plane Chase, 013, Escape from the Lost Tomb, and then 015, the Temple of the Golden Idol. These look pretty good. This one in particular is an outstanding deal. An airplane, a car, this little side build, 3 minifigures for only $35. So I like this one a lot. The Lost Tomb is an even better deal at $40 for the 600 pieces, 4 minifigures, some good action features. I like that it really comes across as another diorama set. And then lastly, this is the Indiana Jones diorama that I'm actually in the middle of building right now, and this is super cool. So all 3 sets look great and are good prices, but the latest Indiana Jones movie was only so-so and really didn't get too much buzz, and so I am curious if these will just come and go and people will kind of forget about them. That's my worry. Great sets, but I'm worried that they could be forgotten pretty easily. The last set that got an E-score of 2 is this Monkey King Ultra Mech 80045. Now that is a mech, but very expensive at $160. The last bunch of sets on the table all got an E-score of 1, starting out with this birthday set, and then the 2 soccer in the United States, football everywhere else, Go Brick Me, Brickhead sets that I am not interested in. This Paris postcard is retiring at the end of the year, 40568 is my least favorite of the postcard sets. I'm not paying attention to this one. 75288, the AT-AT. After this one retires, Lego will make another one. This next set is pretty interesting, 76209, Thor's Hammer. It is a Target exclusive. Not a bad price at $100. We've been able to get it for $80 or a little less with some stackable discounts and deals. Because it's so unique and it seems to be flying a little bit under the radar, it could do okay. 76220, Batman versus Harley Quinn, a tiny little set. The Ministry of Magic from Harry Potter. I actually just picked one of these up recently. It was on a good deal. Not that great looking of a set, but it's so unique for Harry Potter and all the minifigures. I wanted to get it, and we'll probably end up building it ourselves. 10306, the Atari 2600. I think this set is really well done. I just don't think there's enough of an audience for it in the secondary market. The Ideas Globe 21332. Great concept, way too gappy. It's probably unique enough that there's some hope for it after retirement, but remember the starting price is $230. Creator 3-in-1 Main Street, not a set I'm interested in. The Lego Nutcracker looks a little strange to me, not my favorite. The last dream set to get a mention on our table is this Fantastic fantastical treehouse. It reminds me too much of the Friends treehouse, which also didn't look good. This one I'm skipping in the Dreams line, even though some of the others I really like. Star Wars 75361, the spider tank that looks like a crab. This set is terrible other than the Bo-Katan minifigure. 75365, the Yavin 4 Rebel base at $170 for less than 1,100 pieces. Yes, it has a lot of minifigures. Remind me, it is 12 minifigures, and Brickset says 8 of them are unique, but this set is an absolute mess. I'm not getting close to it for investing unless it is on a huge discount. 76248 is the Avengers Quinjet. Pass for me. And then lastly is 76249 Venomized Groot. And this is actually a pretty cool set, but not one that I'm looking to invest in. All right, and we will wrap up with my top 3 from all the sets that we just looked at in this video. And it was really hard to pick a top 3 because either they are sets that are retiring at the end of this year that I'm really not interested in for investing, or they are sets that are really new and just starting to get mentions, and I expect them to get more mentions and show up on the table through 2024 more frequently, but it's so early in their life that we just don't know much about what the buzz is going to be for these sets and what the shelf life, most importantly, is going to be for these sets. So I'm kind of throwing darts here, but in third place is 75353, the Endor Speeder Chase diorama. I just think it looks great and it's Star Wars, and I hope that all of the diorama sets do well. That's my expectation. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else. My second place set is this NASA Mars Rover Perseverance Technic set. It's $100, which when I saw in the store, pretty good size, over 1,100 pieces, and it's a NASA based set. They all historically do well, and this one is very unique to the others. I'm rooting for this set. I like it a lot. And then my first place set is the Viking Village. I feel like this was probably the easiest pick. It's an ideas set, $130 price point for 2,100 pieces. What a steal these days. And one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that this is a Target exclusive. Even though it just came out, that is a huge selling point. I'm gonna watch this one like a hawk. All right, that was a lot of sets. We got through them all. Thanks for watching. That's a wrap on this video, and I will see you in the next one.